Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Shop Talk with Zac. This is a series where I try and share with you guys my successes in business and more importantly my failures in business so you guys don't make the same mistakes I did. Alright, so this week we got a really super exciting, fun... Wait, where were I? Okay, so yeah, this week we're talking about business insurance. This is not a real fun topic. It's not super exciting, but look, this is one of those things that it's just like getting your flu shot every year. You just need to do it. Okay, so starting off, we're going to talk about commercial automobile insurance. Okay, I personally use Progressive. I know a few guys that are rig welders that just run their private auto insurance. Yes, I know it's a lot cheaper. However, if you're in an accident and say, you've got your engine drive in the back, you got your torches in the back, it's kind of easy for the insurance adjuster to see that that's not really a personal vehicle, that's a business vehicle, especially if you got lettering on the side of your truck. So in a lot of cases, I've heard that your insurance company will not cover an accident if you're using it for commercial purposes, or they might cover your accident and then drop you. So look, it's more expensive, but it's one of those deals, just do it. That way you're covered and it just looks more professional when a lot of companies will require you to submit a certificate of insurance for your business and also your auto insurance. If you don't have commercial auto insurance, it just makes you look shade ball. Also, again, like I said, I use Progressive. I am able to cover any bolted on equipment onto my truck at very, very minimal expense. Like I think having my SAE 500 insured for basically what it costs to replace with an SAE 300 brand new, like $17,000, was like $50 a year. So it's just a no-brainer. Yeah, really easy to add additional equipment there. Like the welding bed is insured separately from the rest of the truck. It works out very well, and it's the way to go. So just do yourself a favor, spend the extra money and do it. Every state's a little different as far as, what they require for minimums and things like that. But I would recommend not just getting the minimums, but, again, it just makes sense. Spending a little bit extra money, save yourself the potential liability down the road. All right, so you have gone to the courthouse. You have set up your LLC or your sole proprietor. You've set up your bank account. You set up all that. What's kind of the next thing you really should look at doing? The next thing you should look at doing is set up some business liability insurance. Now, this really goes whether you're in your home, whether you're in a separate building, which you might have to prove that you have business liability insurance before they'll even let you sign a lease on a building. But it's just one of those things, again, that if you're taking money from people, you're doing work, regardless whether it's welding, electrician, plumber, any of that, you really just need to do this. Okay, so now this is purely my own recommendation. I'm not an insurance agent. I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to help anybody out get started because this is what I did and it worked. Okay, so I got the phone book out and I flipped open and I called probably 4 or 5 independent local insurance agents. Now, though, that means basically they can go with any of your big names that you've heard of before. So I was able to find 2 of them that were willing to work with me. Most of them just said, welding, I'm not touching that one. So what I ended up doing, again, was I found 2 that were willing to deal with me. I told them what I was doing, kind of a ballpark of what I expected my gross receipts for the year to be, and they sent me a quote. Now, your total price is going to vary depending on your gross receipts for the year, and it's really difficult, especially when you're starting out, to have any idea what kind of money you're talking as far as your gross receipts for the year. They were happy to work with me on that one as far as, I was like, hey, I really don't know. It could be 20,000, it could be 50,000, it could be 100,000. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, just talk with your person about it there. So basically, after I explained to them what I was doing, they came back with some quotes. One of them was $5,000. One of them was $1,500. So it definitely pays to shop around. Now, also there are different coverages. Like for example, my current coverage does not cover structural steel over 3 stories. It does not cover trailer hitches. It does not cover aircraft parts, and it does not cover truck frames. It seems like every year when I renew it, there's a few more things that it excludes. So that's something you need to be aware of. Like I used to work on I used to put trailer hitches on trailers or on a truck. I will not touch that now because my insurance doesn't cover it. I used to have a pretty good business there, putting the patch kits on Jeep frames. doesn't cover that anymore. Now that's also one of those things that if you do ask about adding that as coverage, you may be very shocked at how much it costs. For me to add automobiles and trailer hitches to my insurance there was like $5,000 a year. And I was like, no. Do very little of that work, so I might make $500 over the course of the year doing that, so wasn't worth it. If you're doing oil and gas, that can kind of increase your liability there. Just talk with your insurance agent, be honest with them. The last thing you want to do is tell them, oh, I'm just going to be in my garage making fenders or something when you're out welding, gas pipe or something like that, have something fail, and then be on the hook for a lot of money. But look, just be honest with them. They're not there to screw you. They're there to have, some kind of a relationship with you if you actually succeed in your business. And they hope you do because they want you as a return customer. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And again, it's not one of those exciting things. It's not something you can go play with, but look, it's something you need to do. A lot of larger companies, if you're dealing with them or if you're a subcontractor, will ask that you provide them with a COI or certificate of insurance. Basically, that is a letter that you get from your insurance agent saying you have liability insurance from X date to X date. It has, X, Y, and Z coverages. A lot of them will also ask that they be listed as an additional insured. I don't fully understand what that means. It just has their name on the certificate of insurance. I don't really know what that means, but I will warn you, a lot of companies will want to be listed as an additional insured. Also, different coverages depending on the type of work you do. For example, my current liability insurance is $2 million, $4 million. So basically that means if I burn a building down, they pay out $2 million. And if I burn another building down, they'll pay out $2 million. And then after that $4 million, if I burn another building down, they're like, no, this is on you. So I think that's how that works. Again, that's how my insurance agent explained it to me. But look, different places are going to require different liability coverages. I know like the city of Lafayette, north of me there, I think they required like a 10 million. I think it was 10 million, 20 million coverage for doing any work for them. It just depends what you're doing. If you're doing big structural steel, obviously you're going to have more liability there than say if you're just going out and welding a fender on a car. So anyway, just be aware of it. I think I started out with 1 million, 2 million. This last year, I bumped it up from 1 million, 2 million to 2 million, 4 million. Really was not any extra cost. I think it might have cost like an extra $20 a year to do that. It was kind of a no-brainer. If you have a lot of small tools or job boxes full of a lot of expensive tools, what you can do is get what's called an inland marine policy. Don't fully understand it, but basically it covers loss, theft, or damage to, say, your Dynasty, your orbital welder, anything you have along those lines. You could also cover your engine drive on your truck. However, as I said before, it's really, really cheap to add that to your commercial auto insurance policy. Okay, so all three of those things are what I carry on my business. If you do a lot of product related things, you're probably gonna need some product liability. Say if you've got a machine shop that turns out individual parts or a finished product, things like that. But again, find an insurance agent, just talk to them. They're there to help you. That's kind of their job, is to facilitate you purchasing what you need. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up for this week with that. I hope you guys got something out of this, and I hope this helps you guys start your business there and grow, be successful and all that. I really want to kind of share with you guys my experience over the last 6 years of doing this, and share with you my successes, my failures, and so you guys can learn something and not make some of the dumb mistakes I did. Next week, we're either going to do how to buy a used engine drive or how to buy used machine tools. Let me know in the comments what you'd rather see first. I was planning on doing both of them. I definitely have a lot of experience doing both of them and making some mistakes. So yeah, I'd rather share with you, what I've done wrong here and what I've done right, and so hopefully you can kind of learn from it. Anyway, I'm Darlington Farm. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you really got something out of it. If you like this, just hit up my Patreon down there. Again, if you don't want to, that's fine too. Look, I'm just trying to make some videos up here that help you guys, get going. So anyway, I'm Darlington Farm. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.